Very simple words that directly threaten narcissism, and what I will say today will greatly help you understand more about the risks of narcissistic behavior. This is very important so that we can better deal with narcissism. Thank you very much for your support. If you find this content helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it. Thank you for helping share this message with those who can benefit from it. Before we start our topic, let me ask a very important question that everyone should ask themselves. Can you deal with the differences between you and others? Are you capable of adapting and living with these differences? Also, do you approach others with caution and try to get to know them, and can you smoothly blend with anyone, regardless of their differences from you? In other words, can you accept others as they are, flaws and all, that you may find or encounter? If your answer is yes, let me tell you that these qualities and traits in you will greatly help you navigate relationships more easily and overcome any challenging differences. Let me also tell you that we all need these traits to successfully interact with others, especially with narcissists. I want to ask you another question. When you have a narcissistic person in your life, do you imagine them as someone who has enough awareness and is willing to compromise? Do you imagine them as someone who can blend with those around them? Certainly, the answer is no. When a narcissist faces any differences, even if they are minor, they refuse to deal with them rationally or naturally. Instead, they exert all their efforts to overcome and triumph over the opinions of others. If you try to disagree with a narcissist, they will intensify their efforts and attacks on you to weaken and exhaust you completely. This is the subject of our discussion, and it is the kind of talk that narcissists cannot tolerate at all, as it seriously threatens their very existence. The first word is that we need to separate, and the relationship should end. This word, for a narcissistic person, signifies an enormous amount of arrogance and a terrifying sense of control over others. In the eyes of someone dealing with a narcissist, they must always appear superior and completely in control. Even in separation, the narcissist must be the decision-maker, not the victim. The narcissist always believes that their needs and desires are more important than anyone else's and will cling to this belief continuously, regardless of the reason. Additionally, they have a strong desire to be in a leadership and control position throughout the relationship to dominate and control everything, no matter how small. The situation often requires the narcissist to be constantly attached to someone else, and this person also believes that they cannot separate from or get rid of the narcissist. This situation is strongly related to the inflated ego and the pride that exists within the narcissist. The situation arises from the narcissist's feeling of superiority over others, which is necessary for proving their existence and competence. The narcissist cannot consider others' opinions as valuable. On the contrary, any opinion that contradicts their beliefs holds no importance, and the narcissist views it as an attack. The narcissist ignores any opinion that contradicts their beliefs, and you must be aware that the narcissist's idea of a successful relationship is one in which the other person is in complete alignment with all the narcissist's desires and beliefs, regardless of whether they are realistic or not, because the narcissist is emotionally unhealthy. The narcissist views the world in black and white terms, which means it's all about winning and losing. Naturally, the narcissist insists on being the winner and the one who gains in any scenario, which means you are automatically the loser. Regarding the narcissist, the situation is like a constant competition, even if there is no justification for this competition. Furthermore, when there is a conflict or disagreement with the narcissist, they need someone to blame and hold responsible for the consequences of their actions. This is what always makes the narcissist in need of a scapegoat to bear all their wrongdoings and compensate for the inadequacies and fears they have about revealing their true selves. If you ever disagree with a narcissist in any way, they will treat you as an annoying and threatening person who is endangering their life, and they will do everything in their power to turn your life into a constant hell and suffering. This is a continuous cycle of emotional abuse throughout your relationship with a narcissist. You are required not to allow the narcissistic mentality to control your mind and spirit, no matter what happens. We must live in a healthy and balanced way by embracing our differences, listening, and learning from each other. Dealing with our differences should never be hostile. We need to understand that we are all human, and we will inevitably encounter challenges and make mistakes in our lives, which serve as opportunities for learning and self-improvement, allowing us to progress and succeed. Mutual respect should be the foundation of all relationships, and we should stop blaming each other. Instead, we should focus on building healthy, successful relationships. Narcissistic individuals can be found in various aspects of our lives, not just as spouses or partners. They could be parents, siblings, friends, co-workers, or anyone you interact with in your life. A narcissistic person will not easily give up their need for control and dominance in your life as long as you are in a relationship with them. A narcissistic person lacks a sense of security and has constant fear. They cannot deal with their emotions and do not trust anyone to help them because they believe they are always right. Anyone who challenges their desires or opposes them is seen as a threat, and they will try to harm or hurt that person. When you attempt to challenge their sense of control, it's like walking into a beehive, and you will be surprised by the amount of anger and panic because you are threatening their false self. The narcissist will attack you in any way, even if the attack harms someone else as long as it benefits the narcissist. You need to understand that this is not about winning or losing, being right or wrong, but it is about building a relationship based on mutual exchange and equality in rights, responsibilities, and emotions. We must always show that we are worthy of trust and that our intentions are pure. So, it's time to flip the table, meaning instead of trying to plead or manipulate the narcissist to let us go, we should tell ourselves that we need to be the ones to walk away from this relationship. The narcissist is a person immersed in delusional thinking and convinced that they are right about everything. Regardless of how difficult your attempts to argue and debate with them, it's as if you're talking to an inanimate object, and this is something you should never do. Arguing and debating with a narcissist is a big mistake in dealing with them. You must be confident and rely on your self-esteem when dealing with a narcissist, and be sure that you deserve a better life. Even if at times you feel like you can't handle the situation alone, it's not a shame to seek help from someone with expertise or knowledge to support you in your efforts to save yourself. Know that you will eventually meet someone who is right for you. The narcissist is incapable of giving up the idea of controlling and possessing everything, and it's not allowed for you to step out of the narcissist's sphere without their permission. So, asking the narcissist to let you go is pointless because they will never leave you except at their convenience. It is absolutely your right to let go of anything that is unhealthy or harmful to you or anything that could affect your life, and you must stand firm and not be affected by the chaos and problems that they try to drown you in. The best thing you can do in your life is to live it on your own terms, without the chaos of a narcissistic relationship, whose only purpose is to make us suffer. Let's strive to be better versions of ourselves, and believe me, it's worth the effort. Certainly, the qualities we mentioned at the beginning of the text, which were about understanding and accepting the differences in the people we deal with, will help us truly understand the nature of narcissistic behavior and allow us to listen and accept others with all their flaws. These traits will help you navigate between relationships with ease, but this is true for normal relationships. Unfortunately, when it comes to a narcissistic relationship, there is nothing easy or simple about it. This is because the narcissist doesn't know anything in their life or in the relationship other than exploitation and draining every resource available from the victim until they are completely depleted and deemed worthless. Consequently, they discard the victim and start looking for someone else to continue their usual narcissistic cycle of abuse. The narcissist is more afraid of losing control over others than anything else, and they believe that their opinions are absolutely correct and not open to discussion or doubt. The narcissist is completely incapable of letting go of their pride, importance, and control over others, which are more important to them than anyone else. The narcissist has a tremendous ambition to be at the top, even if it comes at the expense of others. When any conflict arises, they feel the need to blame someone else rather than accepting their own flaws. Dealing with a narcissist is truly frustrating. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments. Also, if you have any feedback or ideas for channel improvement, please share them in the comments.